It's Sunday night again, and you're lying in bed with that all too familiar knot in your stomach. You say, I can't keep doing this. But then immediately, that old fear rushes back in. Well, what would I even do instead? I'm too old. What if I fail? So you bookmark yet another article. You tell yourself you'll figure it out next weekend. But you already know what's really happening. It's the same cycle. It's the same song and dance. You're stuck. And you're also terrified. Here's what I need you to hear. You've been Googling how to restart my life at 40 for how long now? 6 months, a year, longer? The problem isn't that you don't have enough information. The problem is what's happening in your mind. And this kind of paralysis is nearly impossible to break through alone. Hi, I'm Keisha. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and I help women over 40 break through the paralysis that's been keeping them stuck for years. I work with the subconscious blocks, which are those deep fears and beliefs that keep you researching instead of moving. And here's what I learned. You really can't consciously think your way out of being stuck. What you need to do is address what's happening beneath the surface. And let's talk about what's really keeping us frozen when we find ourselves in the situation. So it is very often that every time we think about making a change, the mind floods us with thoughts in response. Thoughts such as, you need more clarity first, or thoughts such as, get another certification, then you'll be ready. Or, well, what if you make the wrong choice? And at the time, in the moment, this voice sounds solid, right? It sounds like wisdom. It sounds like we're being smart, like we're being careful and responsible. But that's actually fear wearing a responsible mask. Because the truth is that you really can't consciously think your way out of subconscious programming that has installed that habit decades ago. And this is how it actually works. Your conscious mind, which is the part of you that you're aware of, that you may be using right now to watch this video, to make decisions, to analyze things, is saying, I need to make a change, right? It's saying, I can't stay here anymore. It's saying, I want something different. But your subconscious mind, which runs like 95% of your decisions, is saying something different. And it's saying, change is dangerous. It's saying, you're not capable. Let's do more things first. It's saying, you'll fail, and then everyone will reject you. It's saying, you're too old. You will be rejected. It's saying, it's too late. So let's just stay where we're at. And guess which one wins? The subconscious does, every single time. Why? Because it's more powerful, because it's older, because it's the army, and it has so much brute strength that it's going to be impossible to simply consciously change really deeply wired habits. This is why all the articles you've read haven't helped, why all the lists you've made haven't moved you forward. You're trying to use that 5% of your mind to override the other 95%. It's the seesaw isn't seesawing. It's stuck in place. It doesn't really work that way. And what I do know is the women who actually transform their lives at 40, 50, over that, they do two important things. First, they address the subconscious blocks through working on it, through counseling, through hypnotherapy, through deep reprogramming work. Something has to happen where the subconscious blocks are rerouted. Because you can't consciously think your way out of beliefs that were formed years, decades ago, before you even had conscious awareness of them. You need support to update that mental software. Second, they take imperfect action anyway, small steps, even while the fear voice is still present. Not someday when I'm ready, not after I have it all figured out, but today. But here's what's most important. You're not 20 anymore, right? And you can start your life over again, but just not exactly like a 20-year-old. You are not that person anymore, and you can start again, but it has to be through your terms and done in a way that is best for you at this stage of life. You don't need to blow up your entire life and start from scratch. You just need to identify, to begin, the one most important thing that absolutely needs to change and start with that. Is it the soul-crushing job, the empty relationship, the creative gifts that are dying inside you, the body you keep neglecting. Start with that one thing that's really stealing your life force. Not everything at once, just the one. Like reaching out to one person, doing work that interests you, not to ask for anything, just to learn, to give them something in return to spending time with you and sharing how they did it, sharing how they're making that life work for them. Or spending 30 minutes researching one specific question, setting a hard timer, instead of endlessly searching, endlessly Googling things like how to change that career, right? Set a time, reach that deadline, cut it off, and take action. Or telling one trusted person, one really good friend, what you're considering out loud, making it real. These tiny actions break the paralysis cycle. And here's the key. You don't wait for clarity before you move. Clarity comes from moving. You won't actually know what you're doing entirely until you do it. And the more that you move along the path, the more things will click into place and the more you'll understand where you're going and how to move in tandem with everything that's happening around you. Direction doesn't come from thinking harder. It comes from taking small steps and seeing what feels right. For example, think about learning to drive. I remember when I first learned, I actually was scared to do it. I was both excited to do it, but I also was scared. And when I really think about that, and you really think about how whenever you learn to drive, you didn't wait until you could visualize every turn, every road, every possible scenario. You learn the general basics, and then you get in the car, you start the engine, and you learn as you go, right? You learn the basics, learn what you can in the moment, and you learn as you go. Nervously and perfectly, you learn. Anytime you set off for a destination, especially, it's hard to believe the times that we had before MapQuest and before Google Maps, right? We just did the best we could. You didn't know where you're going. You just get in the car and just go. Starting over 40, 50 works the same way. So this is the thing. At this age, at midlife, we have like 15, 25-ish productive years ahead of us, maybe 30. And the 40-year-old, the 50-year-old who starts building her real life today will have a decade of growth of momentum fulfilled by 50, by 60. And the 40-year-old, the 50-year-old who keeps listening to the fear voice, she'll be 50, 60, over that, still stuck, still carrying 10 years of what ifs. It's hard to fight it alone, and you don't have to. So if you've been stuck in the research and plan cycle for months or years, I created something specifically for you. It's called the 48-Hour Midlife Momentum Starter. It's completely free. And this is designed to be done over a weekend to finally break through the paralysis, to take action. So when you sign up with it, you're going to get, on Saturday, you're going to have 3 powerful questions that cut through that mental noise and reveal what you actually want. And on Sunday, you're going to go through 3 concrete micro actions that you'll take today to create real momentum, even if your mind is screaming at you to stop. Plus, you're also going to get a guide explaining why your subconscious keeps sabotaging you and what actually works to create breakthrough. And on Monday and Tuesday, you're also going to get check-ins from me to keep you moving when fear tries to pull you back. And if the weekends aren't good for you, that's okay. You can actually choose any consecutive days that you want. The choice is up to you. The link is in the description. Also, if you'd like to meet me live for free, then join me for the upcoming online workshop. It's totally free, called the Recommitment Reset. Get back on track when your goals derail. And the next one is online, Wednesday, January 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern time, online via Zoom. So this is for you if you started strong with a goal and then you stopped and you fell off. We all know what that's like. And this is for you if you're stuck in that I always quit shame spiral. I can never stick to anything. Why does this keep happening to me? What's wrong with me? Why can't I just stick with this? Trust me, I understand where you're coming from. I get it. And so I invite you to join me for this free online workshop in 60 minutes. We're going to show you exactly how to recommit without guilt and to get back on that horse. So you're going to leave with one concrete action that you're taking that day and proof that you can get back on track. So also check that out. The registration link is also in the description, and it's part of the free From Anxiety to Empowerment workshop series that will be going on all year. So I just want to let you know, you're going to be 50, 60, older, whether you start today or not. But the only question is, will you be those ages living your real life, or will you be those ages still wondering what if, what happened? So this weekend, you get to choose. So definitely sign up at the link, check out the website, download the guide. We can break this cycle together. You don't have to do this alone. So that's it again for me. My name is Keisha. I am a certified hypnotherapist, and I want to remind you always that in order to change your life, you must first change yourself. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.